Hey, have y'all heard of this TDS thing going around? Apparently it's spreading like wildfire, y'all. It's this thing called the Trump derangement syndrome, and they just call it TDS for short. I've seen it a lot up in my comments and stuff, and I was like, what in the world? People kept putting in there TDS. You have TDS, and then I started looking into it, and I'm like, well, if I got it, I need to know what that is. I got out there on the interwebs and started looking around like any rational person would to find out what is this thing that I have. And it turned out it was Trump derangement syndrome. Y'all, that's a syndrome that I got. They was telling me I got. And it scared me, y'all. But I hadn't even been to a doctor to get me a diagnosis or nothing like that. And I'm like, man, if it's that obvious that people out there on the interwebs can just see it on my face that I've got the TDSs, y'all. It worried me a lot, and I got up there and started looking around at what that is, and I started looking for other people that might have it too, because if it's that apparent on me, then surely I can track it down and see other people and how they're faring with this syndrome that they've got. So I started looking into it, and I found a bunch of people that they've got it. They've got it for sure. I don't have it. Good news, I don't have it, okay? And a lot of us don't have it. It causes confusion is what happens. So rest assured, I don't have it. Most of y'all out there don't have it. What we suffer from is this thing called CS, is what we've got. It's called common sense. That's what we've got, y'all. Now, you'll notice out there, there's a lot of people that wear these stupid red hats on their heads all the time, and they say MAGA on them. I don't even know. I think that's like mostly anti-American gullible assholes or something like that that's on their hats that they wear all the time. It should say TDS. Now, some of them do actually have the word TRUMP on there, and that's a good indication that they might have that TDS. They, in fact, do have the TDS. But see, because what it causes is for a person to overlook the fact that he's a 34-time convicted felon, adjudicated rapist, adjudicated business fraudster, been a criminal his whole life, in bed with Daddy Vladdy over there in the Rushes and stuff, has been since the 1980s, been named up in some Jeffrey Epstein documents there as a John Doe. They were doing nasty little things to a 13-year-old girl. If you know all of that stuff and you still like that man, you've got the TDSs. You do. You've got it right up in your brain bucket. The Trump derangement syndrome's up there. Now, see, it don't just start off as the TDS. You actually put effort into getting that thing. You put effort into it. It's what it's called. It's self-hating intentional tactical stupidity is what it is. See, that's people that don't like themselves so much that they go out and hate on other people for no reason just to make themselves feel better. And they stay stupid on purpose. They avoid real information about reality on purpose to keep themselves stupid and keep themselves hating on other people so that they can keep loving on that Trump feller all the time. Just keep loving on him and putting his name on their bodies and tattoos of him and buying up all of his merchandise and all that, overlooking all of the horrible things that he does. And they do it on purpose. It's called tactical stupidity. It's a self-hating, intentional tactical stupidity. I call it having the shits. You know what I mean? They've got the shits is what it is. And so once they have that, it quickly leads to that TDS. And it spreads like wildfire amongst themselves. They get around each other and they spread their own tactical stupidity around each other, give each other the psychoses, and then that leads to the TDSs, y'all. So what it is they've got the TDS and it confuses them up in their brain buckets, and they start accusing other people of having that syndrome that they've got is what happens. And I mean, it even affects lawmakers, y'all. There's lawmakers in Minnesota and in the Texases over there. They're trying to make laws that if you say anything negative about that big orange bloated syphilis up Adderall riddled idiot that they love so much and call daddy, they say that you've got the TDSs. They do. And they'll want to make it a law that if you say anything negative about him, they can put you in a mental institution and say that you've got the TDSs, y'all. That's how confused it makes those people, is they're the ones that have it. And they accuse other people of having it without even getting a real diagnosis. It was easy to find out. They're everywhere, though. Y'all will notice them. They are everywhere, and they're ate up with it. Bigly, y'all, bigly ate up with it. So if they're up in your comments or somebody says that you've got the TDSs, rest assured what you have is the CSs, the common sense, okay? They've got the shits and the TDSs, all right? So I just wanted to let everybody know that as a public service announcement. Y'all don't worry about it. We're going to be all right. And inmate Trump.